All right, in this video, we're going to answer another question from a community member and a customer. And the question is, can you configure individual commands for multi-factor authentication? With Centrify, the answer is absolutely yes. And I can show you real quickly here. I have an end user that is subject to a role. So the role over here allows her to log in with via SSH only, no console, nothing else, to flush the CDC cache and tail the messages log. So if I do dzdo -l, and for those who don't know what dzdo is, it's basically a enhanced version of sudo that leverages information or data in Active Directory that defines roles and rights. So for all intents and purposes, it is basically like sudo. And for example, this user, if she needs to do something maybe like, notice that I'm doing something that the user is not allowed to do. So we're following the least privilege, but we need to be able to enable this user to do her job. So in her case, maybe she's an auditor and she needs to be able to tail the messages log, for example. So she's allowed to do this, right? But maybe she needs to do some sort of change, right? Maybe maybe for example, in this case, I have the cache the Centrify cache that can be flushed. So in here, if she wants to flush the cache with the -f, notice what's going to happen. She's going to be challenged right away for multi-factor. So I happen to have this enabled using my my auth OTP wallet that I have here. So I can pick number 1 for this particular case. And if I look at my wallet, I have the code here. I could push it, for example. I could just hit it here instead of typing it, and then press enter here. And notice that the command ran successfully. So the key here is you have a lot of flexibility. For example, the messages log does not have any authentication. That's why she wasn't prompted for anything else. And flushing the CDC cache allows, notice that I'm using a lot of the flexibility of the software. I'm not using that typical sudo and doing multi-factor. I'm just challenging for, in this case, for the out of band instead of the password. So this provides with a lot of flexibility when it comes to that. And not only that, allows end users to be much more productive. So key benefit, right? Not only you can provide least privilege, but you can, if there's an action that is relatively dangerous, you can provide multi-factor, and you can add conditional logic to it. For example, if it's something that shouldn't be running outside business hours, you also have the ability to leverage the policy engine that Centrify provides. And that's it. The answers are resounding yes.